everyone, welcome to my channel Biotechie's Diary. In this video, I'm going to talk about the basic introduction about biotechnology. Some of you may have no idea about what is biotechnology or what are the subfields in biotechnology. So, I hope this video may give you a basic idea about biotechnology. Let's get started. What is biotechnology? What does the word biotechnology mean? Bios, technikos, logos. These terms are derived from Greek, which says life, skillfully made tool, study of. Altogether, what this term biotechnology says is the study of living tools. And as the word says biotechnology, it's a combination of biology and technology. And it has n number of disciplines so that it is said as a multidisciplinary field. And definitions, there are many definitions. Among that, European Federation of Biotechnology says that biotechnology is the integrated use of biochemistry, microbiology, and engineering sciences in order to achieve technological application of capabilities of microorganisms and cultured tissue cells. US National Science Foundation says that biotechnology is the controlled use of biological agents such as microorganisms or cellular components. History of biotechnology. The term biotechnology was coined by a Hungarian engineer Karl Erecki in the year 1990. So he named biotechnology in order to refer to the science and method that permits products to be produced from raw materials with the help of living organisms. So during the ancient times, before centuries, microorganisms were used to make food items. So people were not aware that they were using microorganisms. They do not know that these are microorganisms. The microorganisms were not yet discovered at that time, but unknowingly they were using microorganisms to make food items. So these Egyptians, they were using microorganisms to make food like beverages, cheese, and bread. They were using they made wine using fermentation techniques. So they had an understanding that something is happening in the absence of oxygen. They do not know what is happening exactly, but actually that was fermentation. So before centuries, they were following the fermentation techniques, and by the end of 19th century, it was a huge milestone in biology. So microorganisms were discovered, Mendel's work on genetics was accomplished, and institutes were investigating fermentation and other microbial processes that were established by Koch, Pasteur, and Lister. So Robert Koch, obviously we know that he discovered the bacteria that causes anthrax, and Louis Pasteur, he discovered pasteurization, and Lister, he discovered carbolic acid for the sterilization of surgical equipments, which prevented infection after surgery. So then penicillium, the mold penicillium was discovered in 1928 by Alexander Fleming, which from this mold penicillium, penicillin was discovered, and in 1940 this penicillin became available for medicinal use to treat bacterial infections in human beings. So there was a huge gap. In 1928, Alexander Fleming discovered the mold penicillium, and only in 1940 it was approved for medicinal use to treat bacterial infection in human beings. So later in 1953, James Watson and Francis Crick, they discovered the structure of DNA. So then later in 1971, Paul Berg's experiments in gene splicing, it had an early success, and Herbert Boyer and Stanley Cohen in 1972, they transferred genetic material into a bacterium so that the imported material would be reproduced. In 1978, Robert Boyer was able to take pieces of human DNA and isolate a gene for insulin using biotechnology. And later in 1980s, the testing of biotechnology derived foods began, and in 1994, FDA approved a flavor saver. That means a genetically modified tomato. So it was very flavorful and it stayed fresh for a longer period of time. So this was the first genetically uh, uh, modified food product that was approved for consumption. So this is the history of biotechnology. So in modern biotechnology, genetic engineering and gene technology. So this plays a major role. So it allows the biologist to take the gene from one cell and insert it into another cell. So whether it may be a plant, animal, or microbe, so we can produce new combinations of genes during by this process. Subfields in biotechnology. So the subfields are based on are differentiated by colors, that is red biotechnology, which is otherwise known as medical biotechnology. So it is applied to medical processes. So discovery of drugs, vaccines, drug delivery, these all comes under medical biotechnology. The next one is green biotechnology, which is otherwise known as agricultural biotechnology. So it is applied to agricultural process. So designing of transgenic plants, genetically modified plants, so these all comes under agricultural biotechnology. The next one is white or gray biotechnology, um, that is otherwise known as industrial biotechnology. So it is applied to an industrial process. So industrial production of enzymes using microorganisms. These all comes under industrial biotechnology. Blue biotechnology. So it is otherwise known as marine biotechnology, which is used to describe marine and aquatic applications of biotechnology. It's very rare, like study of algae. So these all comes under marine biotechnology. The other subfields are food biotechnology, study of preparation of beverages, wine, pasteurization. So these all comes under food biotechnology and environmental biotechnology. Obviously, reduction of pollution, eliminating pollutants, wastewater, waste management, wastewater treatment, everything comes under environmental biotechnology. There are n number of research disciplines under biotechnology. So some of them are biochemistry, cell biology, molecular biology, microbiology, genetics, immunology, proteomics, biomimetics, stem cell technology, bioinformatics, nanotechnology, genomics, and bioprocessing. So I'll be discussing about these research disciplines in detail the upcoming videos. Scope in biotechnology. So biotechnology plays a major role in employment, production, and productivity. It also plays a major role in health. So biotechnology helps medical professionals in improving the methods of diagnosis, medicines, and vaccinations for diseases. Controlling the potential of microorganisms by using microorganisms in the production of drinks, bread, cheese, and yogurt, wine, etc. So genetically modified plants or transgenic plants. So using this genetic modification and genome mapping, we can improve crop production or crop resistance to pests and diseases. So industrial waste treatment. Uh, I can find new ways to treat industrial waste for recycling of sewage sludge and developing the use of biosensors to control environmental pollution for early detection of pollutants. So these are some of the major scopes in biotechnology. Some major applications of biotechnology includes treatments for diseases. So we can reduce the rate of infectious disease. We can give treatments to individuals to minimize health risks and side effects. Invention of vaccines prevent certain diseases. Reducing the usage of petrochemicals. By using biofuels, we can reduce the usage and reliance on petrochemicals. We can also prevent environmental pollution and cut off greenhouse gases. Waste management. We can control industrial waste generation. We can reuse and recycle wastewater by the use of certain microorganisms and biotech crops. So by using biotech crops, we need fewer applications of pesticides. We can develop crops with enhanced nutrition profiles. We can also produce foods which are free of allergens and toxins.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you really like this video, please give me a thumbs up and share this video to your friends. Kindly subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon so that you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thanks for watching.